Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Chris Ryan Fitness. We have an absolutely fantastic 45-minute beginner level strength butt and legs class for you here today. Mini band and light dumbbells will be needed. We're going to get you started here with a quick little dynamic warm-up. Have those items pitched off to the side for the time being. Let's get a smile on your face, everybody. Let's get rocking and rolling right here. So hands on those hips. Take that left leg up, rotate that foot out wide, pop the instep of the foot right back towards me. Right leg goes right on after it. Feel free to use the assistance of a wall or a door frame right here as well. So you just take the knee up, out nice and wide if you need it for balance, coordination, control in any way. There you go. Good morning, Addie. Now you're going to go throw that leg straight forward. Knee goes out, and then toe comes on in, forward position. Open up through that hip and groin right there as well for you. Come on, Sarah. Great stuff. Glad you could join us here today as well. Oh, yeah, delete. Yeah, getting that tough Tuesday on in for certain for 2 and 1. Great job, S.C. Brissy. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you're going to take those feet out nice and wide. We're going to have those toes track right up over or knees track right over the top side of those toes. One more cup of coffee for Coach Chris, everybody. Here we go. Knees tracking up over the top side of those toes. Squeeze that butt in nice and tight at that top side. Great job. Let's go down again. Strong, powerful drive through those heels. Open up through the hips and squeeze that booty as tight as you can. Now bring those feet under center. Toes point directly forward. You're going to bend your knees, but keep a vertical shin position. The goal right here is to push your hips back for the good morning. Your eyes go down towards the ground, but you have that linear line, ear, shoulder, and hip. Nice little stretch through those hamstrings and nice little squeeze through that backside position through your glutes. Back and forth. Push through your heels as much as you can. I'm going to pivot a little bit here. Show you a few different angles here today on all the different moves coming your way. For 2 and 1. Great job right there. Now what we're going to do, if you need assistance once again on this next move, it's reverse lunge. Go ahead and grab a wall door frame as needed. Lauren and Joe, good morning to you as well. Left foot forward. Going to go back and down in that reverse lunge pattern. Excellent work. Let's do it again. Pushing as hard as you can through that front foot. Excellent, excellent job. Now switch it on up. Here we go. Oh, it's just Lauren here today. Just Lauren. There you go, Lauren. Great work. Tell Joe I'll have to do this one later, okay? There you go. Back and then down we go. Excellent, excellent job. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go dorsiflexion where your toes flex up and then a nice little plantar flexion with a calf raised position. So toes flexed up and then raising the calves right up off the ground, driving those heels up off the ground, engaging through the calves as much as you can. There you go, everybody. Dorsey, plantar, boom, boom, boom. Excellent, excellent job right there. All right, last one. Taking it down, scoop and pop. Left foot forward. Bend that back right knee down and in. Come on down, stretch out through that front hamstring. Hips go back. Hips come through at the top side. Switch it on up. Right foot forward, scoop, and pop. We go. Down and in. Squeezing through those glutes, activating those hamstrings all the way through that hip. All right, everybody. Alternating knee shifts. We're going to get on after our mini band friend right here. You're going to step right on into that mini band. 1 foot at a time. And you're going to take it right over the top side of your knee at the base of the quadriceps right here. So what you're going to do, palms facing down towards the ground. You're going to go on in, knee shift time, back and forth. Eyes are forward the whole way through. Feet just about hip width apart, slightly wider than those hips. Toes pointed directly forward the whole time. Eyes are forward, chest is upright, so you're not weak in the core, looking down towards the ground with a rounded back like this, right? I want you to think, pushing the hips back and down, and then toes pointed forward, and you're just going in and then out with those knees. Excellent. Excellent job right there. Knees in, knees out, building that tension here through the hips as much as you can and pushing right on in through your heels. Excellent, excellent work. In and out we go, pushing through those feet, working it all the way through that backside for 2 and 1. Excellent work. Lateral walk, stand up for a split second, and now you're going to go back on into that quarter squat position. Feet just outside those hips, toes pointed forward. You're going to go, step it over to that left side. Excellent work. So it's a big step followed by a small step, somewhere between 5 and 10 feet in distance to either side. And you're going to go back over to the exact same starting point that you worked out on. Back on in, left side, Oh, yeah. Building that tension through those hips in that lateral stance. Excellent. Excellent job, everybody. Back and forth you go. Keeping that chest up, but your hips slightly behind those knees the whole time. So you're loaded through those glutes. Excellent work. Back over to that right side. We go. Building that tension through that mini band, friend, here today. Love it. Come on. Finish it. Right on through. Over to that right side. Oh, amazing, amazing work here today. High knee march. Here's what you're going to do. Band stays right where it's at. Now you're going to just drive that left knee up, right knee up. This is less about a push through the floor and more about pulling with your hip flexors right here as much as you can. So think more about punching that knee up strong with the toes dorsiflexed up towards the ceiling. So the toes flexed up, not pointed down towards the ground. When you flex the toes up, you are engaging through the hip flexors, keeping your feet hip width apart the whole time. Back and forth. Oh, this one will wake up those hips, right? Punch the knee up strong. Keep that chest upright. Thumbs come up towards those eyes. Thumbs down towards those hips. Back and forth. Use your upper body right here a little bit as well. Warming up through the shoulders. Oh, yeah. Come on. Final 10 seconds. Knees up. Back and forth. Yeah, go. Punching. Pulling. Excellent work, everybody, for 2 and 1. Standing kickback time. Now you're finally going to drop that band a little bit just over the low portion of the calf north of the ankle. You're going to come over to your door frame or wall. Walk those feet back a little bit. Look down towards the ground. Kick that right heel on back. Right leg straight as possible. Lock through the knee. Toe remains dorsiflexed. Left foot fully flat on the ground. That's right. So your left foot, full stationary position, and you're punching back as strong as you can with that right foot, kicking it back. Knee is locked the whole way through. Come back in under center. Pause. Regain your balance, coordination, control as needed. Kick back. Come back on in under control. Back and forth the whole time. Feet just about hip width apart. Isolated through that right foot. Kicking back for 2 and 1. Go ahead, stand tall quickly. Shake everything on out, and then go back on into that forward lean. And now that left foot's kicking on back. That right leg, stationary position. Toe remains dorsiflexed up towards the ceiling on that left foot. Back and forth you go. Making sure you're isolated through those hips so you're not just bending those knees, right? Back on in. Oh, yeah. Looking good, everybody. Feeling even better. Back and forth. Kick that heel on back as far as you can. Keep that left foot, toes dorsiflexed up towards the ceiling the whole way through. Back on in. Less than 20 seconds to go right here. Oh, yeah. Lightening up with that mini band. Oh, amazing. Amazing work, everybody. Nothing like just starting out the day with some mini band fun for your butt and legs, right? There we go. Back on in for 3, for 2, and 1. Finish that one on up. Peel it on off, and let's go ahead and take a quick little rest break. Grab some water, everybody. Towel on off as needed. And we're going to come over here to our lighter pair of dumbbells coming our way here today. When I say lighter pair, I know it's butt and legs. It's not necessarily going to be the pair of dumbbells that you probably use for your upper body and your arms on a light day. So make sure they are on the lighter side, though, working with the butt and legs. Okay, so they might be a little heavier than your arms, obviously, but here we go. Deadlift time. Palms facing on in towards your quadriceps. Shoulder blades retracted back and down, so you're punching your chest forward. Feet just about hip width apart, toes pointed directly forward. Now what are you going to do? You're going to take a big inhale through your nose, and down, down, down we go. Hold that breath, and then exhale all the way up. Oh, that's good stuff. So exhale as you rise up. Inhale at the top of the rep. Amazing, amazing work, everybody. Squeezing your glutes as hard as you can at that top side. So you're not finishing here. We're here with tight backside position. Punching those feet hard to the ground through those heels. Descending down slow control. Up you go, nice and strong. Arms straight and locked. Toes pointed directly forward the whole way through. Back and forth. So you're pushing your butt back, pulling your hips through at that top side position as much as you can. for 2 and 1. Great work right there. Sumo squat. Feet go nice and wide right here. Toes turned out about 30 degrees. Palms facing into center line. Knuckles pointed down towards the ground. Tall, proud chest. Drive those hips back and down and then squeeze through the inner thigh and those glutes at the top side. The knees still tracking up over the top side of those toes, of course. You're not letting those knees concave in any way. So you're driving hard through those heels. Chest is upright the whole time. Down and back we go. Working through your glutes. Working through your inner thighs. Lighting it right on up here today. Back and forth all the way on through that full range of motion as much as you can, everybody. Down and up we go. Hips back, chest upright, rocking and rolling here today for 3, for 2, and 1. Suitcase squat, everybody. Now you're going to have those feet under the center line of your hips, toes pointed directly forward. Bring those shoulder blades back and down with the handles of those dumbbells just outside your hips. Flex those triceps a little bit. And now you're going to do the squat back and down. Dumbbells come south of the knee. Push hard through those heels. Stand upright. So, chest is upright the whole way. Eyes are forward. Squeezing your butt as tight as you can, right? So, I'm back and forth. I'm not doing this. I'm not rounding my back. Heave hoeing the motion on through. I'm keeping the chest upright, acting like I'm grabbing 2 suitcase handles, and I'm going to stand up with them, right? Boom. Love it. Tall through that position, finishing it up strong as you can. Of course, punching the feet hard to the ground, specifically through the heels, not falling forward on your toes, and keeping those glutes engaged as much as you can on that backside for 2. Last rep, best rep, and 1. Fantastic job. Front squat, calf raise. 1 curl, we go up to the front delts. Eyes are forward, elbows are punching forward. Now what you're going to do, abs nice and tight, tailbone tucked up and under. You're going to go ahead and squat down, 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 up top side. Stand tall on top side of your tippy toes. If it feels like it's too much in any position with the calf raise, you go ahead and stay right there with just the front squat portion and modify as needed. The goal, though, with the calf raise, you're trying to push as hard as you can through the ball of your foot at the top side, right? But of course, as with any squat, you're driving hard through the heels, nice and strong. Pause for a half a second or so. Butt's tight, keep your butt tight, and then raise the roof on those heels. Getting those calves looking good and strong. Oh, yeah, down. Right back on up. You go. For 3, for 2, and 1. Split squat time. We go. Now what you're going to do, 1 dumbbell off to the side. Other dumbbell in your right hand. You're going to have that left leg forward. Feel free to use the assistance of a door frame or a wall if needed. Eyes are forward. You're going to go back and forth with that back right toe on the ground. Heels up over the toe. Excellent, excellent work. If you don't need assistance, you're going to punch out that left fist nice and tight in alignment with your shoulder. We're down and in. Back right leg goes straight. Toe is on the ground. Pushing as hard as you can through that front left heel. Oh, yeah. That knee tracks up over the top side of the toe. The back side of the dumbbell is going to be rested right against that quadricep, keeping the shoulders and the hips square with one another. Punching out strong with that left hand. Back right knee goes down towards the ground, and then driving on through to finish that rep on out. For 3, for 2, and 1. Great job. Take the dumbbell into that left hand now. Right leg is forward. Once again, feel free to use assistance if you need of a door frame or a wall. And you're going to go back and forth right here, everybody. Same position that you just did. Just alternate that side. So now the dumbbell is in that left hand. That left toe is on the ground. Back right left foot. Heels up over the toe. Eyes are forward. Chest is upright the whole way through. Punching that right fist out nice and tight in alignment with your shoulders to keep the shoulders square with your hips. That is right. We are not twisting. We are not weak in the core at any time, right? We are strong. We are powerful. We are pushing through the floor as hard as possible to rise right back on up. Inside of 10 seconds, everybody. Down and up we go. Come on. Light it up for 2. Last rep, best rep, and 1. Go ahead and rest it on up. So now we're going to take a break from the dumbbells for the next couple sections. You're going to come on down on the ground. Mini band friend coming our way here today. Oh, yeah. So take a seat. Take that mini band up 1 foot at a time. We go just north of those knees. Excellent. Excellent work so far, everybody. So you did 1 section standing with the mini band, 1 section with the dumbbells. Now we're going to be down on the ground here, targeting the mini band work. Starting out with some donkey rotations with that right leg. All right, here we go. So on all fours, you're going to start out with that right knee driving on in and out. Circular pattern right here. Back and forth, smooth and controlled. You aren't going to go super wide with this range of motion as when you think circles with that knee. Going up towards your belly button, outside that hip, and loop, swoop, and pull. Back and forth you go. Excellent, excellent work. Now you're going to go the opposite way. Go out and then in towards your belly button. Once again, working that circular rotation with that right knee. Back and forth all the way through. Shoulders, hips, square to the ground the whole time. Working through that circular rotation. Remember, the hip is a ball and socket joint. Got to keep those joints moving for 2 and 1. Let's go ahead and switch it on up. Donkey rotations left side now. So now you're going to be on all fours. Now you're going to lift up that left knee off the ground. Pull it out wide. In and out. Driving towards your belly button first. And then punching that foot out wide with that knee. Excellent, excellent work. Circular rotations. Lighting up those hips in the best way. Oh, yeah. The mini band does not quit on us, does it? Back and forth, everybody. Now switch it on up. Go out to in. Eyes are down towards the ground. Belly button, sternum pointed directly towards the ground, as well as your eye gaze. There you go. Keeping that neutral spine the whole way through. And that burn in that booty here and those hips. Come on. Light it on up. Don't let the mini band win here today. You're going to conquer for 3, for 2, and 1. Oh, my. Nice little fire on that backside, right? Hip thrust time. Flip over on your backside. Both feet fully flat on the ground. Knees are going to be bent. Feet just outside those hips. Heads on the ground. Arms on the ground. Palms on the ground. Squeeze that butt nice and tight. Hold for a good 2 count up at the top side. So 1,001, 1,002. Slowly bring your butt back towards the ground. Soon as your hips and your tailbone touch the ground, immediately engage those glutes and thrust the hips up as powerfully as you can. Hold, once again, that stabilization for a good 2 count. Come down slow, controlled. As soon as that booty touches the ground, you immediately fire those hips up as strong and powerfully, as fast as possible. Moving those hips here today. But as soon as you hit that top side position, that point of no return, just hold that strong static isometric engagement for a good 2 solid seconds or 3 solid seconds at that top side for 3. Come on, 2 and 1. Fantastic, fantastic work right there. So now we're going to spice it up a little bit. This is a glute bridge with a butterfly. So remember how you hold everything for 2-3 seconds at the top side? Now you're going to hold. Now you're going to do 1 butterfly. Pull those knees out wide. Back on in. Hips off the ground. Just punching those knees out wide the whole way through like you did in that original knee shift from a standing position for our first exercise to kick off this workout, right? Both knees in and out. But this time you're on your back. Your butt is suspended off the ground. So make it a little bit more difficult. There we go. But we are in the thick of this workout now. Now we can handle it. If at any point you need to come down with your glutes to the ground for a quick pause, go ahead and do that. And then pop it right back on up. And then start hitting those butterflies from that glute bridge hold. You have less than 10 seconds. Try to tough it out. Come on. Right there. Digging deep. Keep that backside engaged for 3, for 2, and 1. Fantastic, fantastic work, everybody. All right. So now we're going to go on in. Donkey kicks. Back into the side. We're going on after body weight only on this one. So peel off your band. Pitch it off to the side. So now you're going to be on all fours. Starting out with that right leg. Punch that right leg straight on back. Toes flexed in towards your shin and knee. and then take that right foot out as far as you can to the ground, and then raise it back up. Drive that knee on in, back and forth, toes flexed in towards your shin and knee the whole way through. Driving, punching that heel out, taking it out wide to the side, toe touches the ground, lifting that straight leg up, and then driving that knee on in, back and forth, far out as you can. Oh yeah, that's lighting up something there on the backside, right? Down and back we go for 2 and 1. Let's go ahead and switch up those legs. So now, all fours again. Drive that left knee on in, toes flexed on in, take it out wide to the side. Back up, punching that knee on in. Driving back and out we go. Amazing, amazing work, everybody. Knees in, taking that foot out wide and back on into center line, kicking that leg out wide to the side and pulling right back on in. Strong as possible. Leg is straight. Come on, light up that backside position. Show control. Don't try to go through these reps of the range of motion too quickly. We want to keep it nice and fluid. Engaged the whole way through for 3, 4, 2, and 1. All right. Well, that was kind of fun. Let's keep it going, everybody. So we're going to stay down on the ground. We're going to come back into some mini band fun here for this next section as well. And then we'll be finishing up with a couple sections with the dumbbells. So without further ado, we got one more section with the mini band for you here today. That's right. We're about halfway through the workout. Absolutely lighting on up in the best way. So let's go ahead and slide one foot through, the other foot through. Take that mini band on up, back to the original position. Just north of the kneecap we go. And let's flip over on our right side right here. Starting on out with the heels clicking together. Little tension through the band. Knees a little further apart from one another. Just punch up that left knee up. Bring it back down so there's still tension in that band. These are going to be clamshells. You're targeting right here on the outer edge of that left hip. You're lying on your right side, back and forth. But make sure that you always have a little tension in the band. We aren't going to come all the way back to relax the band in any position. We want to have several inches between the knees, punch up, and then back on in. That low right side position will always be in contact with the ground. You just open up that left side, back and forth. The instep of those feet are going to be touching the whole time. Just opening and closing, down and in we go. Oh, yeah. Back on in for 3, 4, 2, and 1. Let's go and flip it over to our left side now. Bring the instep of the foot right together. Little distance between those knees, a little tension in that band. Punching up that right knee, slow control, down we go. Back and forth, isolating through that right side hip. Oh, yeah. Amazing, amazing work. There we go. So the mini band is so cool because it offers that variable tension that only bands can offer, right? The weights are the weights. So if you're working with a 5-pound weight or a 10-pound dumbbell, it's just going to be that 5 or 10 pounds no matter where it's at. Even when it's sitting there on the ground, it's still the same weight. But the band is going to have that variable tension. As it's right here, there's not much tension in that band, right? But when I go up here, oh, there we go. That's some good stuff. And I fight the resistance on the way back down. So the tension decreases, increases, all with the same implement. Back and forth you go for 3, for 2, and 1. Oh, amazing, amazing work. Now kickback time. Here's what you can do. Slide the band all the way down just to the north part of the ankles, and then continue to slide it around that right heel. So it's just over the left ankle once again, and then it's on over the top side of that right heel. Press that right foot on back through the heel, get on all fours, and drive on home. So your toes on that right foot are going to be flexed in towards your body. The band is just going to be south of that heel. You want to think punching back with that right heel. Back and forth. And the band will catch on that left ankle. Excellent, excellent work. So you're not going to press it off your feet, but you got to make sure the toes remain flexed on in, not pointed away. If they're pointed away, it's a great way to have that band slide on off. but also it's a great way to disengage those glutes. You want to think dorsiflex the foot in as much as you can to maximize the gains through that backside for 2 and 1. Let's go ahead and switch it on up. The band's going to come wrapped around that right ankle now, and then you're going to take it over top side of that left heel, and you're going to come on in all fours again, kicking that left foot straight on back and forth, punching, pulling, controlling, toes on that left foot, dorsiflexed on in towards your body the whole way through, punching in, slow control. Excellent job. Just feel your glutes, your hips engage right here as much as possible. Your eyes remain down towards the ground, shoulders, hips square to the ground the whole way through. Absolute fire on that backside, everybody. Come on, light it on up. Couple more reps to go for 2 and 1. Fantastic job. So now we're going to come over to wrap the band around the north part of both ankles. Come over to your left side. That right leg is going to be on top. Lateral leg raise time. Flex both feet in with the toes towards your body. Punch up strong with that right leg. Down, slow, control. Up, strong, down, slow, control. If you need to bring those feet together, relax for a split second, go for it. The goal, keeping those legs locked in the knee, isolated right here through that top right hip. Back and forth. Raising through the IT bands right here on the sides of our quadriceps. If you're a runner or a cyclist, they get tight on us a lot. We want to think strengthening them as much as possible. This is a great exercise for runners and cyclists out there. Switch it on up. Let's go right on into the right side position. And now you're going to be on your right side, toes flexed in, left leg on top, back and forth you go. Keeping the hips stacked on top, isolating right here as much as possible. Toes flexed on in, knees locked the whole way through. Smile. Better still be on that face, right? 15 seconds, everybody. Come on. Last few exercises with our mini band friend here today. You are getting it done. Back and forth for 3, for 2, and 1. Oh my, lateral leg raises, everybody. Fantastic job. Fire hydrant time we go. Settle up that band just north of the knees at the base of the quadriceps, coming over on all fours right here. And now you're going to go into perpendicular fashion with that right knee, punching out wide to the side and into center. Back and forth. So on all fours, punching that knee out wide to the side, and then right back in under center. So all you're doing, swinging that femur bone, that big, strong thigh bone, the biggest bone in the human body, kicking it out to the side, and then under center line. You are not rotating your hips or your pelvis. You just want to think punching out that knee wide to the side as you can, and coming back in under control for 2 and 1. Great job. Now just switch up those legs. You're still in that same exact position, but that left knee punching out wide to the side as much as you can. Oh, yeah. Keeping your hips, your shoulders, your sternum, your belly button, your eyes all pointed straight down to the ground as you rock out that left knee. Come on. Light it on up, everybody. Back and forth you go. 15 long, strong seconds before you with our fire hydrants. We go all the way to that finish line with our mini band friend. Come on. Right here, right now. 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. All right, mini band, you are retired. But guess what, dumbbells? You are not. We got a couple sections remaining with our dumbbells, everybody. Absolutely amazing work so far in this workout. 2/3 of the way done. You getting it done? Oh, yeah, Delene. That's right. Sometimes a mini man gets those muscles working in the best way, right? Here we go. Sometimes it's like, ouch, ouchie, ouchie. Okay, but we got the muscles warmed on up. They are primed. They're looking good. Split stance, RDL. Feel free to use the assistance of a wall on this one as well with your back foot or a door frame. You're going to have that right leg forward, back left toes going to be on the ground, shoulder blades engaged. Vertical shin position, just hinging at the hip, isolating through that right hamstring and that right hip. Squeeze the pelvis through at the top side. So you're pushing your butt back, and then you're pulling through at the top side. If you are using assistance of a door frame, all that's going to help you out with is the bounce control. You are isolating 99.9% of the pressure through that right front foot, specifically through the heel. So you're just hinging and driving through. This is actually a horizontal movement with your pelvis. That's right. So moving your hips back, pulling your hips through. You are driving hard through that front right foot as much as you can through the heel for 2 and 1. Switch up those legs. Left foot forward, right toe back and down, heels up over the toe, serving as a kickstand position on a bike on that back foot, pushing and pulling through at the top side, right? So it's a big difference between keeping our hips locked and just bending over at the waist like this. This is not what we're doing. I really want to hone that home. Don't worry about going down too deep in this move. I'd rather have you go half range motion and just feel the hamstrings engage, feel the hips engage, and apply force generation and pressure through that front left heel as much as you can. If you feel like you can go down a little deeper south of the knees with those dumbbells and still get that range of motion on in and that intensity on in through that front left heel, isolating through the hip, the hamstring, and the glute, all the power to you. For 3, for 2, and 1. I always say that movement encapsulates the best in the strength stretch, right? And right there, pendulum lunge, everybody. So pendulum lunge, you can go on in this one with dumbbells or without dumbbells, also using the assistance of a door frame. So if you need to, shoulder blades engage, eyes are forward, feel free to follow any of those cues. You're going to start out with that right leg forward lunge, bending that back left knee down and in, back on into center, right leg reverse lunge, back on into center. So once again, you can do this one with body weight only. You can set the dumbbells off to the side. You can also use a door frame for you as well. Stay right there with the dumbbells. If you got that rocking and rolling, I'll just show you the door frame position. So left hand's on in, down, pressing hard through that front right heel, back on into center, and then down, pressing hard through that front left heel. Shoulders, hips, nice and tall the whole way through. Engage for 2 and 1. Great job, everybody. Let's go ahead and switch it on up. So now that left leg is traveling, I'm going to go back to the dumbbells, finish on up. Left leg is traveling, forward lunge, back into center, feet under center line of those hips, and then hitting that reverse lunge, back on into center, feet under those hips. Gather your thoughts, and then down, punching on through that front left heel. Eyes are forward, chest is upright the whole way. Back and forth, punching, center line, hitting that reverse, center line. Oh, yeah. Down and in. We go. Less than 20 seconds, everybody. Down strong, up strong the whole way. Punching as hard as you can through your front heel, no matter which leg is in front. Back and forth you go for 2 and 1. Great job, everybody. Shifting a lateral lunge. So now the feet go nice and wide, palms facing on into center line, just like so. Toes turning out like you had in that sumo stance position earlier, but keeping the shoulders and hips square. Shift over to that right side, left leg nice and straight, back into center. Shift over to that left side, right leg nice and straight, back on into center. So just open up through the hip and the groin a little bit more right here, targeting through the inner thigh, knees tracking up over the top side of the toes, but you are pressing through the heels on the lunge side. So if I'm over to that right side, I'm pressing as hard as I can to the right side to stand back on up. If I'm over to the left side, I'm driving hard through that left heel. Oh, yeah. Back and forth we go. Dumbbells under center line of those hips. Back and forth, engaging through the hip, through the groin as much as you can for 2 and 1. Pulse goblet squat time. We go. One dumbbell is down on the ground. The other dumbbell is coming up in a vertical position, just like so. Eyes are forward, feet just outside those hips. We're in a quarter squat down to a half range, give or take. You're going on into it to target through an up-tempo fashion right here where you're constantly moving, that little purgatory fire for those quadriceps. But of course, you are driving through those heels the whole time. You're keeping that chest upright. You aren't getting tired on me. This is not what we're doing. We're not just hinging and driving the knees back and forth like this, right? The hips are actually going up and down. The knees track up over the top side of those toes the whole way through. But once again, you are pressing through those heels, keeping your chest upright the whole time. We aren't going to stand tall. We want to think constant tension through those quadriceps on the front sides of those thighs. For 3, for 2, and 1. Great job right there. Flip it up. Horizontal position now. Grab the end caps just like so. Take it just above your sternum. Palms on the end of those caps. Hinging at the hip. Pushing your butt back. Vertical shin position. Stretching those hamstrings on out. And squeezing your booty as tight as possible. Linear line. Ear, shoulder, and hip. Vertical shin position. Lengthening those hamstrings. Strengthening all the way through those hamstrings and those glutes. Modifier, you're going to go body weight only. Crisscross hands over the opposite shoulders. Just bend those knees. Punch the elbows down towards the ground. Squeeze that butt tight as you can at the top side. At the top side position, the elbows should be in a horizontal position. And you're going to hinge. Elbows pointed straight down towards the ground. And then rising back up. Elbows in a horizontal position, right? Hips back. And then hips through. Hips go back. Force generation pressure through those heels, and then hips through at the top side. Fantastic, fantastic job, everybody. So, got on after it today. One more section coming your way here with our dumbbells. Oh, yeah. Absolutely amazing, amazing work. All right, Delane, you go ahead and jump on those work calls. So happy you were able to join most of the workout with us here today. By all means, that's why you got the Chris Ryan Fitness app, to make it work around your schedule. Glad you can join for whatever you can. Remember, the best workout you do is always the stuff that you do, right? There we go, everybody. Let's get right on after it. Single arm squat now. So here's what you're going to do. The dumbbell is going to be in that right hand. You're going to have that left fist punching on out, feet just outside those hips. Keep those shoulders square with the dumbbell pointed forward. And now you're just going to squat down and then stand up nice and tall. Down, dumbbell comes down below those knees, standing up nice and tall. The goal, keeping those shoulders square with those hips. Eyes are forward, pushing those hips back and down, linear line, not vertical, right, with the torso putting under stress in those knees. You want to think loaded through those hips, push the hips back, stand up tall. The reason why I'm having you do it with one single dumbbell right here is sometimes in life, we have to lift up something with one arm, right? That's right, or one hand. So I want you to think, how are you going to do that? You're going to keep the shoulders and hips square with one another. You are loaded here through the pelvis as much as you can, and then you're just going to stand tall in what we call an offset position. Offset meaning you're loaded over here on the right side only. Switch it on up, dumbbell into that left hand now. Right fist punching on out. What's up, Lance? Down we go, Lance. Up we go strong. Down we go in our offset position. This is a great abdominal movement as well. And you're probably asking yourself, what's he talking about? Why abs, right? Why is he saying this is a core workout? Well, your core's right here. This is the center. That's why it's called the core in the first place of your body. You want to think, how are you stabilizing through the dumbbell? Not only your shoulder, but right here, this whole cross section, it's going to put these abs and obliques over here on the sides under tension. So you have to favor that right side because it's in an offset position with the left side dumbbell, right? So you're punching out strong, but you have to squeeze right here because if not, you're going to favor that weighted side. So you have to keep right here in those obliques and those abdominals on that right side, specifically under tension to stabilize your core in the first place. Amazing, amazing work, everybody. Keep the dumbbell in single dumbbell action. We go. Dumbbell switches over to that right hand. Left leg out and feet out nice and wide. You're going to drive on through. Low side position, lateral lunge into center. Back and forth. You go over to that left side. Shoulders and hips square. Left fist punching on out. Hips go back. Knee tracks up over the top side of your toe. Down, punch on through that left foot. Down, punch on through that left foot as much as you can. Shoulders square with your hips. Eyes are forward. Right hand with the dumbbell. Knuckles punching down towards the ground on that right fist, opening up through the hip and the groin as much as you can on that left side. Down and then right back on in to center line. You go. Amazing work. Dumbbells into that left hand. Right fist punching on out. Nice and tight now. Feet out nice and wide. Shoulders and hips square. Down we go to that right side. Back on into center. Down to that right side. Right back on in to center line. Oh, yeah. Amazing work here today, everybody. Down and in. Nothing like some button legs, right? For 45 minutes to start out your day with a little mini band, some dumbbells. Great moves just to open up those hips, feel a little bit stronger through your glutes, through your quads. You open up those hamstrings, getting your calves, your ankles activated, your feet activated, and definitely that smile activated for you as well. Keeping those shoulder blades retracted back and down, knee still tracking up over the top side of that toe, punching on through that fourth generation through that right heel to rise right back on up for 2 and 1. Marching glute bridge time. We go. Dumbbells down on the ground. You're coming down as well. So now we're going to be lying on our backside like you're in that hip thrust position earlier. Palms on the ground, head on the ground, both feet flat on the ground for a split second. Now you're going to squeeze your butt tight. Now, split second, right? What was the Coach Chris talking about? Now just march up that right leg, back on in the center, left leg, back on in the center. Oh my goodness. So only one foot is in contact with the ground for a split second or two as you march on through. That's right. Your goal, keeping that foot activated by pushing as hard as you can through the heel with whatever foot is on the ground. You need to stabilize. What we don't want to do, march on through and then drop the hips to the ground, right? We want to think. You are so strong, so powerful, so activated at this point in the workout that you can hold that tripod for a good second or two. Back and forth for 2 and 1. Now, bring the hips down to the ground. And now what we're going to do, when I say activation, you're going to activate those glutes in 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the backside off the ground as hard as you can. The goal, you got 45 seconds right here. I want you to think you are able to activate those glutes and hold your backside off the ground for this full 45 seconds. You want to check in with each cheek right here, 50-50. Oh, yeah, left side, right side. Are they engaged? Are you pressing through those heels evenly as much as possible? There you go. A lot of lumbar spine, low back issues are because of weak glutes or tight hamstrings, right? The stronger our glutes are, the more activated they are in an even disposition of 50-50 on either side. That will help even out the lumbar spine. Oh, yeah, for 2 and 1. Oh, yeah, there we go. Talked you on through that one, my friends. Let's hit that cool down. Absolutely amazing work here today. Let's go ahead and pop on up and get you stretched out, but not before. We stand tall and flex them if you got them. That is how y'all do it here today. 45 minutes, strength beginner, butt and legs the best way. Mini bands done, dumbbells done, body weight done. Here we go. Left leg crossed up over that right. Cup those elbows up, end over end. Roll those shoulders forward over the top side of those toes. Press through those heels. Keep those legs nearly straight. For 3, 2, 1. Slowly rise up. Switch it on up. Right leg up over that left. Rolling those shoulders forward. Feeling it, hips open on up, those hamstrings. For 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and grab our door frame or our wall or a sturdy sofa. Left hand on in, right hand up to that top. Kick that knee on back as far as you can. Slide forward, lean, and stretch out that quadricep on the front side of that thigh. Great job here today, Addie, as well. There you go, everybody. Back on in. Let's go ahead and switch it on up. Right hand on that wall. Left hand grabs that left foot, punching that knee on back as far as you can. Slight forward lean. Oh, yeah, heels up to the glute. For 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly come out of that one, everybody. Absolutely fantastic work here today. So you're in luck. If you're looking for a more advanced level workout in 15 minutes time, we're going to be getting after the core. You got a strength abs advanced level 15-minute burner for you at 10 a.m. East Coast time this morning, live. That's right. So if you're looking for a first class ticket to go to Six Pack City here today, you definitely got her covered. That's right. In about 15 minutes, we'll be getting that one started for you live as well. If not, we'll be back live at 5:30 East Coast time on Thursday. Be sure to check that one out. It'll be another beginner level strength workout. It'll be a total body workout that time, as well. It'll be with resistance band. Those are the long ones, as well as mini bands. And that one will also be at a beginner level. So if you enjoyed this beginner level class, or you're just looking for something to get stronger and learn the movements a little bit more from compared at a little slower pace with a slight modifiers thrown in there for you as well, be sure to check out all the beginner classes that we have for you on the Chris Ryan Fitness app. But the next live one will be on Thursday for you as well. But without further ado, everybody, absolutely amazing work. Let's get you ready for that strength abs class here in about 15 minutes time. Great job here today.